What's going on? It's Pips bringing it to you like I do, bringing you the news, because that's what I do. Wow, there's just tons of information. Friday comes around, information drops left and right. And if you are an active Activision shareholder and you've just recently listened to the second quarterly two earnings, the Q2 earnings, I will leave the link in the description below, as well as the enforcement for Xbox Live. I'll leave that link in the description. We'll be covering both of those things today. The most important thing is talking about Activision's Q2 report. Now, in the beginning of this, I think this webcast, this financial webcast, you hear a lady, she'll go on to give you all of the credentials for what could happen. I mean, they can't predict the future, obviously, but they give you some important things as to what they do as a company, and that it could go either way and nothing's in stone. And one of the things that I thought was very interesting in the beginning of this webcast was the fact that she said the people that they align themselves is how they bring you a better product. And by meaning that is like, what factions, for instance, like what do you align yourself with to make this game a big hit? And I thought that was like they didn't know either way in regards to that. And to me, listening to this report, I'm saying to myself, if I'm an Activision shareholder, you're not going to know these things. And I think that, Activision aligning themselves with, Major League Gaming, pro gaming, discounting, the total populace of the community and not really, just disconnecting with the biggest portion of their community and aligning themselves with portions of the community and YouTubers, and they're just aligning themselves with a lot of wrong people. And I just before this Q2 earnings even started, I said, well, that's already one strike against you. You're aligning yourself with the people that are not going to give you the best revenue stream possible. You're aligning yourself with, things that people cannot relate to, and therefore it's a waste of money. And another interesting fact that I was listening to is that, they spend 48% of their total profit revenue. For example, I'm just throwing this number out there as an example. If they say they're going to make $4 billion, then that means they're going to spend $2 billion. I mean, they're at 48% threshold of spending and marketing and developing, just to reach, they spending $2 billion to make $4 billion. And I'm thinking to myself, there's a total disconnect between the CEOs of Activision Publishing and the developers at the companies. Instead of aligning yourself with good people and the people who purchase your game and creating social, social gatherings instead of forcing and funneling people down to this pro gaming type avenue that it's not going to really create any stream for you. You already have the audience there that's already here. And then you're just going to alienate them by trying to force everybody in the direction of this MLG Pro thing. I found it quite fascinating that MLG basically took, Treyarch and Activision's idea and used it to their advantage and made it even funneled it even down further. The fact that MLG received like X amount of views, for their events, they want to get more people involved into Call of Duty, and they created this point system on Battle.net or Battle, game battles, so people could get the illusion that they're pro. When in all actuality, trying to get more people to come through the gates at their events because that's where they'll make more money. Because people who come inside your events to watch pro teams play, I mean, first of all, you have to fly there, and then you got to spend money for hotels. So you can imagine that MLG as an entity, getting into all the, making money off the game itself by connecting to the hotels, the tickets, the travel, the sponsors. I mean, MLG, their whole self-interest and endgame is off of Activision making this small section that nobody can relate to a business for them. I don't understand that. And it's going to be the demise of this company. I'm sorry to say. And then the fact that the Activision's total focus is on that genre, that they're just discounting the rest of the people who buy the game. I mean, let's be honest here. If there was a game and it just had Call of Duty snipers, do you think that community could support 9 million sales and X amount of map packs and DLCs and X? No, it cannot. Can you please tell me honestly, Activision shareholders, that if they made a pro standing alone MLG game, that it would support 9 million units, 7 million units, 5 million units? No, it would not. So the fact that they're dumping all of this money into the what Eric Heisberg, the CEO of publisher of Activision, said to one of the questions at the end of this Q2 report that I leave the link below, we have big events that will put our game into the focus that cannot be ignored. Basically saying, we are going to give $1 million to pro players who represent nothing part of the community and just make a big scene out of it. And this is how our game's going to be seen. And we're using the MLG platform for this. And that's what's going to launch our game. When all actuality, giving back $1 million comparative to $4 billion profit that they make every year off this game, and $1.5 billion just off of third quarter DLCs, you think that they could do a little bit better than that. I mean, their plan is terrible. I mean, it's just outrageous to think that, people keep falling for this when, they could have took that $1 million plus some and give an incentive to make social gatherings around the country. I mean, seriously, you could put MLG out of business overnight on this platform alone. I don't want to go into it. I'm not here to solve Activision's problems. If they want to hire me, that's fine. They could do that. But I'm not going to sit here and give them all the answers. They need, if you don't want to figure it out, that's fine. I'm just letting you Activision shareholders know, and Activision, you're going in the wrong direction. This isn't about console consolidation and people are unsure, and this is natural in the quarterly reports as stated that people don't know where to go. No, the fact is that Battlefield is up in 2 million in sales units. 2 million units from the last genre. And that Battlefield 4 is a 60 frames per second video game just like Call of Duty, but a little bit better. It's a little more large scale game. It doesn't even have to be close. It's the fact that Activision does not pay attention to its core audience. It's not console consolidation as to why their numbers are going to fail. And by the way, Destiny is not going to be a $1 billion franchise. Bungie has had a silver spoon in its mouth since day one. They were held by Microsoft and spent billions and billions of dollars on the Halo franchise because it was their Starship game for their platform Xbox. These guys never been on their own. They've always had a big company supporting them. I mean, let's be honest here. Destiny is nothing but Shadowrun Part 2. It's not going to be a $1 billion franchise. Destiny is going to last maybe 3 months out the box and flop. It might do 3 to 4 million in sales total, and then we'll die. Because it's nothing more than Shadowrun revisited. And the fact that, these people keep believing in this company that's done so well is because it was under the umbrella of Microsoft and then moved over to Activision, got paid $50 million or whatever it was. That's a DOA game. I'm going to tell you right now if you're an Activision shareholder. And the fact that Call of Duty and the franchise does not listen to their core supporters is why that sales will be down this quarter. I don't care how much money you spend on Call of Duty this year. They're planning on spending 48% of their budget on Ghost. We all know that Sledgehammer is working on Modern Warfare 4 because it's a backup plan to the failure of Ghost. Every single Infinity Ward game has had snipers, explosives, Call of headphones. They never fix anything. They never listen to the community. So what makes you think that Ghost is going to be any different? The only fact is that they're going to transport pro gameplay into the engine of Ghost. That is it. And it's going to be on new Xbox One console. It's not console consolidation. It's a fact that there's a disconnection between your developers and the CEOs who do not know what's going on in that distance between them two. The issue is that you want to align yourself with the people who are purchasing your game, the ones that are making the sales, not somebody like YouTube, MLG, and everybody who has an end game to make money off of your game. You already have the support of the Call of Duty casual gamers of the world who've supported your game over the years. Now you want to distance yourself and repeat the same mistakes that happened with Halo 2 and Halo Reach. And then eventually you will die. So not only is Destiny not going to be a $1 billion franchise, but they're going to spend 48% of their budget on, and they only have $3 billion in cash. So they're talking about spending $2 billion in marketing between Destiny and Call of Duty Ghost. And I'm going to tell you right now, Destiny's not going to make it, and Ghost is on its way out. So there goes $2 billion. You got $1 billion left. The only thing that Bobby Kotick said at the end of that interview was the fact that they were working on something new that had not been seen before, and the fact that he's smart enough to move to China and get his game lodged over there. I mean, the only thing they got left is World at War and the toy thing, and that's it. So they're gonna take a huge hit, and they're not gonna be number one in America with Black Ops Ghost or whatever it is. They need to listen to the community. The CEOs need to go back to the developers, and they need to get people, and you want to align yourself with somebody, align people in the beginning of the development of your game, not after the fact to promote it and giving YouTubers money or whatever 3-day trips. It's ridiculous. It's not going to make a difference. It's already proven that Battlefield 4 has already went up 2 million units where you went down in 3 million. And it's going to happen again. It's just going to keep gaining. I mean, it's a terrible situation, and that's the way it is. Now, this enforcement thing. Now, Xbox Live has started an enforcement. Now, you could become an enforcer. I'll give you the link below, but you have to have a certain amount of time in the gamer tag. You have to have a certain amount of gamer points, and there's some criteria to it, and you have to be an ambassador. All those links will be in a link description below. If you want to be an enforcer, that's fine. All it is you're enforcing gamer tags and voting on people who might be offensive. That is it. I hope you enjoyed this, and I really feel, the only reason I'm making this video is because I care about the game Call of Duty, and that is it. If I didn't care about it, I wouldn't make this video, and you wouldn't care, you wouldn't know what was going on with your game. Anyways, it's your boy Fist. Until next time, peace. I'm out.